Hey there, it's Jared Hamilton with the Hamilton Group at Cherry Creek Mortgage. Welcome to another edition of Java with Jared. Happy Halloween. Happy Friday, but happy Halloween. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Hope you're ready to either get your kids out there and trick-or-treat with them or see a bunch of ghosts and goblins at your doorstep looking for some candy. So I hope you guys have a very wonderful Halloween. Well, interesting week in mortgage-backed securities and interest rates. The big news really was the Fed meeting, and I'll get to that in a second. But interest rates finished the week a little bit worse than where they started. A lot of economic data that we saw as well. We saw, first of all, durable goods came in a lot lower than what the market was expecting. It showed a decline, another decline of 1.3%. Not a huge market mover, though, because durable goods can be very volatile. We saw Case-Shiller index come in as expected. It came in showing the 20-city index, showing an increase of about 5.6%. So the rate of appreciation is still happening, but it's slowing, and we're continuing to see these slowing numbers. Last month it was 6%. So again, it was a little bit less than last month. But again, still good positive numbers showing that homes are increasing in value. Third quarter GDP came in, and that's just the first reading, and it showed actually an increase of 3.5%, so a little bit more than what the market was expecting. And the Fed's favorite measure of inflation, the PCE, that showed an increase of only 0.1%. So it's kind of a mixed bag in terms of economic data, some weaker than expected, some stronger than expected, and then some as expected. So nothing really major. Again, everything was really dependent upon the Federal Reserve meeting. The Federal Reserve met, and as expected, no big surprise there, quantitative easing has ended. So the quantitative easing is a ghost now, and we get to see how this economy is going to really fare on its own 2 feet. There were a couple of surprises, though. One, the Federal Reserve said that really their hopeful rate of inflation is about 2%. That's what the Fed wants to target, and at least this month it's looking a little bit more positive that will be reached sooner, is what they said. So that's a positive. But yet they also did announce that they were going to continue to buy mortgage-backed securities from the interest that they've derived from all these mortgage-backed securities that they own and any payoffs. So there's still going to be some stimulus in the economy, and that means that the Federal Reserve isn't as confident as maybe some of the statements on that, well, inflation might be increasing greater. So really, who knows what's going to happen here, but quantitative easing is done. The stock market and the mortgage-backed security market both initially didn't like those numbers. The stock market has since recovered. Mortgage-backed security market hasn't, but it wasn't a big movement, and we'll see how things continue to play out. The stock market has made back all of its corrections from the last couple of weeks, so I don't know if that's going to be sustainable. We also saw Japan made a big announcement today that they are actually going to increase more. They're going to put a bunch of stimulus into their economy. So now that our stimulus is done, it's going to be what's going to be happening globally. And we see that Japan is acting to try to increase stimulus. That's going to make, and same thing with the European community. They're going to need to be stimulating their economies. And that's going to actually cause the dollar to get a little bit stronger, which could hurt our economy and actually cause interest rates to get a little bit better. So I think we're real poised, again, as I've been saying, to have interest rates be great for the remainder of the year and into the beginning of 2015. So that's what's happening with mortgage-backed securities and interest rates. Hope you guys have a very wonderful Halloween. If you have any questions, let me know. Next week will be a big week with the election, and we'll let you know what happens with that. Happy Halloween. Hope you guys are doing great, and thanks for joining me with Java with Jared.